Hi guys, my name is Via and welcome for the first time to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing a small suburban kind of artistic family home in Willow Creek at the Daisy Hovel, I don't know, that lot. I believe it's a 30 by 20 lot. And this is a kind of like a two-person household. I have 2 bedrooms, one that could be like a master parents room, and I have a teen room in here. Of course, if you want to use this house in your game, which by the way, my gallery ID and all my other socials will be listed in the description below. But of course, if you want to redecorate it and use it to fit your Sims needs, you go for it, do whatever you need. So this is like the second time I'm doing this voiceover. I just recorded me talking for 20 whole minutes and I guess forgot to press record. Things are just not going great. This is also the second house I built for this channel. The first one, my recording got corrupted like 20 minutes in and I didn't notice until after 3 hours of building and 2 hours of exporting. So that was a giant waste of time, but I did get a really cute house out of it, which is also on my gallery on The Sims 4 if you want to check that out. So originally I had like a whole kind of script written for me to talk through this video because I was just really anxious about, I like didn't know what I was gonna say or how I was gonna fill the silence, and I'm an awkward person, and so I just kind of got stressed out and wrote a script. But now I'm kind of going off the cuff because I can't read it again. It was so hard last time. I think I've learned today that I don't know how to read. I don't know, I feel like that happens, but you know, as you age you forget how to read, and that's fine with me, I guess. Not really, I just don't know what to say and I'm trying to be funny and I can't tell if it's working. But originally my kind of plan for this channel was to do Sims 4 speed builds and talk about true crime cases while I did them, kind of like a Bailey Sarian situation, but make it Sims. I didn't do that for this first one just because I didn't know if that is something anyone would enjoy. However, I am kind of doing these for me, but it would be nice to have like some input as well. So if anyone is watching this and thinks that would be a cool idea, let me know, because I think it would be neat and I'm very interested in true crime. I'm attending college in the fall. I'm starting for the first time. I'm really excited. I'm 22. I didn't go to college after high school. I went to kind of like a tech school. I became a certified lab tech. I worked in cancer research for a few months as an intern, and then I just did 2 years at a marine bio lab as a tech, and kind of I had a lot of managerial duties there in terms of lab management. Like I wasn't in charge of anyone, but I was in charge of like ordering and making sure that some things ran smoothly in the lab. But I kind of decided at the beginning of this year, I mean I kind of have known for a while, but I finally admitted it to myself that science may not be the field for me. It just makes me too anxious. I don't know, it just wasn't right for me. So I'm going to college for psychology in the fall. I just actually registered for classes today, so I'm still kind of riding that high. I'm really excited about it. But I wanted to study psychology to be a therapist in hospitals for the criminally insane, just because I find that so interesting in kind of what makes people into killers or criminals or whatever it may be, and I do want to help people. I mean period. And and I don't know, it's just very interesting to me. I don't know why I'm trying to defend myself either, because who really cares, right? Again, just trying to talk to fill the silence. But that is kind of why I would want to talk about true crime cases on this build. Yeah, that's how I was connecting it to what I was saying. I kind of forgot. I will go off on tangents. I am so sorry, but that's fine. And if you don't want to hear me talk, you just mute me, you put on your favorite playlist and you vibe. I'll make you a playlist, don't even worry. What are we listening to this week? I have been listening to so many songs from the early 2000s. I just made a playlist. It's like I think 6 hours of music of songs that remind me of being a kid, and it's old like Shania Twain, Sheryl Crow, Hilary Duff, like first season Hannah Montana, There's some Demi Lovato on there. Oh my god, Aaron Carter's Greatest Hits, which was one of my first CDs. That and the Barbie Hit Mix compilation CD. I have most of those songs in there. That is a throwback. Those are some songs that are near and dear to my heart. I think here I'm struggling for a while to understand the debug menu. I don't use a lot of debug items in my builds, but I kind of wanted to try it for the first time. I've been building for a little bit. It kind of started last year, maybe right before kind of the pandemic and quarantine all started, is when I started getting into building. I never really thought I could. I thought it was way too hard, and then I watched like a million Lil Simsy videos, and I was like, you know what, no, I want to try. And it kind of started with me just like downloading lots from the gallery and kind of like building them unfurnished and just furnishing them myself. And then it started with actually building my own things, and I actually far prefer the building aspect to the interior like design part of it, which is actually really surprising to me. I actually get really bored decorating my houses. Like, I would rather just build them and leave it at that. I also use a lot of rocks and often size them down, so this is very time consuming, and I always tell myself it's really not necessary, but I do it anyways. But for some reason can't focus enough to put clutter on a sink or something, so that's fine. It's fine. It's just the way I am. I don't know what to talk about, guys. Like, I don't have a job right now. I quit my job. I don't start school until September. Like, this is why I wanted to do like a true crime kind of channel, because like I'm boring. Like, I'm 22, I live in Massachusetts, nothing's happening. I like the 1975 Fall Out Boy, the Arrowverse. I'm clearly a nerd here. I started watching The Flash with my dad in the beginning of quarantine, I think, and we kind of took a break and just picked it back up like last month, and now we're on the last season, and I'm like devastated. We only have a few episodes left. Not the last season ever, thankfully, like the season that's currently airing. So I think after that we're gonna watch Black Lightning, and on my own I'm watching Legends of Tomorrow, but I only have also one season left of that. So after that I think I'm gonna do either the Arrow or Supergirl. I'm not really sure what order I want to do things in, or if it really matters, because, you know, watching one show and not the others, everything gets spoiled for you about the others. So I really know everything that's going to happen anyways. I found like this spreadsheet online that's like tells you what order to watch everything in. Like, you watch one episode of Arrow, and then one episode of The Flash, and then one episode of this and that and that, and that's the cohesive way to do it. But I don't think I have like the energy to switch between shows like that. Like, I don't have that in me. I really don't think I do. This hot tub, by the way, does not stay outside. I ended up moving it in the house, which I didn't know if that was weird or not. It kind of has its own like hot tub room. I kind of wanted to do something else outside. It didn't look right out there with the rest of it. I wanted to do more of like, I think I ended up making it a garden, but I was thinking either a garden or like somewhere where you put like the lounge chairs that came with Island Living, where you can just like sit and tan and relax. So I moved the hot tub inside, which one of my best friends when I was a kid had a hot tub inside, and it had like its own room. So that's what I ended up doing. So I don't know if it's weird. Is that like, I don't know, did I like, that was my rich friend kind of, but that's a weird thing to say. Sorry. No, that was just my friend who had a nice house. But is that just a thing of people with nice houses, or like, is that common for people with hot tubs, or do they go outside? Like, I don't know. I don't have a hot tub. Please tell me about the hot tub life. I really am just rambling at this point. And here you're gonna see me, actually it might be later. I think the original floor plan for upstairs stayed for a little bit, but later you're gonna see me struggle with it for a good chunk of time. And here's our beautiful hot tub room. On looking, it'll look the garden over, and I think it's really nice with the windows and stuff. It's cute. But yeah, I struggle a bit with floor plans, and I never really know what makes sense. But practice makes perfect, just like me and my interior design. Like, we'll get there. I always start with the kitchen once I start furnishing the houses. I don't know, just everyone else, like when you build, so you have like a certain order you do things in. I start with the kitchen, and then I do dining room, living room, and then all the downstairs bathrooms. Usually only one downstairs bathroom, because who has more than one bathroom downstairs? Rich people. But downstairs bathroom. Then I go upstairs and I'll do bedroom, bathroom, just alternate until I run out of bedrooms or bathrooms. This house has 3 bathrooms in total, 1 downstairs and 2 upstairs. So there's a master bedroom with an ensuite and an art studio, and then a second bedroom with, I guess it also is an ensuite. It's not a hall bath. I didn't originally plan for it to be an ensuite. I kind of didn't want this to be a family with a lot of money. I can't remember now if I've talked about it since I've recorded this voiceover twice, but this is for my sim family, Nora, who is a freelance artist, and her daughter Rory. So they were supposed to be kind of like working class family, but I feel like this house ended up looking a lot nicer than what a working class family could afford. It's, I think, 80,000 simoleons. I guess it depends on what working class is in Willow Creek, but maybe. I mean, it's just a 2-bedroom. It's nothing like kind of like the mansions that are in Willow Creek, but it has a very eclectic kind of theme on the inside. I wasn't really gonna go with that. It was gonna be just colorful, but then it did kind of end up, this table kind of started it, but it is a home for an artist, and that's all right. Nora doesn't have much of a storyline. She's just the mom. Rory is kind of more the main character in this story. There's no dad in the picture. I kind of, in my head, I think she was the result of like a sperm donor. I think Nora's a very like independent woman who is not interested in settling down. Like, it just doesn't appeal to her. However, she does love her child with her whole heart. Like, she wanted to be a mother, but didn't really care for a relationship with anyone else. But Rory she's kind of struggling to find who she is. Like, when I furnish her room, you'll see it's like very pink and stereotypically girly, even though I don't think that really aligns with who she is. I think I'm gonna have her grow up to enter like the conservator job from Island Living, or the one from Eco Living that I can't remember the name of, but one of the green jobs, I think she cares a lot about the environment, but she doesn't really know that yet. She's kind of still figuring out who she is. So her room is very pink and girly because that's what she thinks it should be. I'm sorry about that. I'm not gonna cut that out either, because honestly, you guys, I'm gonna be upfront with you. I'm lazy and I don't feel like it. But Rory is in love with a girl named Sloane, who is from one of the more well-off families in this area, and now Sloane is dating a guy named Preston, who is from another one of the richest families. Like, they're all very old money types, land grab situations. And so the families just, they want to merge and be rich, but Sloane is not interested. Her heart lies elsewhere. It is with Rory, even though they're not together. She just knows that her family wouldn't approve of her in a relationship with like a working class family. Like, they want her as an heiress, that kind of deal. Eventually they will break up and Preston will date Sloane's sister, and it's gonna be great. There's a lot of drama that's gonna happen, and if you want to be updated as I build everyone's houses, let me know. But Nora also has a best friend. Not Nora. Rory has a best friend called Ruben, who is Preston's twin brother. So this is like very like soap opera level drama. This originally started with 4 characters rather, named Eve, Emma, Roy, and Soren. Soren is Preston's brother. And I kind of like was inspired watching all the Arrowverse shows, and I was like, well, I want to make my own superhero. So Eve is like the main character in my superhero story that I'm making in my head. But then it kind of like, I was like, why don't I just make them on Sims to see what they look like? And then I ended up making all these other characters to fit into their storylines and weave into it. And I like couldn't stop. I couldn't stop, and I needed to build houses for everyone. And now I think I have probably a family in mind for almost every lot in Willow Creek, and they're all connected to each other. And I'm like personally challenging myself to make a save file now, because I am insane. And I will probably do this for maybe 3 months, and I will never open this game again for at least a year. So I just did Nora's art studio upstairs, which I really loved. I was very inspired. I did a build before this. I think I talked about that footage corrupted, but while I was building that, I saw the hand model for reference drawing, and I was very inspired to have that in a studio, because I'm taking a figure drawing course right now, and I was like, oh, this is like relatable and cute. So I really wanted to do a studio with the mannequin and the easel and just space to put everything. And I think the kind of order of this footage is going to get messed up in a second. All the furniture is about to be gone, and I'm just going to be doing Nora's room, but it's fine. I just put the clips in the wrong order and didn't realize until after. And I think me decorating Rory's bedroom might be, or bathroom rather, this is her bedroom, but her bathroom might be cut off as well, but that's fine. It's the same as the other bathroom, just pink. I mean, I always do my bathrooms the same. I literally use the same toilet, the same sink, the same decorations. I just change up the color scheme in the shower mostly because, I mean, it's a bathroom. Who cares? But I think it's about to jump to Nora's bedroom, and everything's gone, but don't worry, it's just in the wrong order. So I don't know if I've said it, but this build will be on my gallery, and my gallery ID will be in the description below, as well as all my other socials. And the nice suburban house that I did for my character Roy that I mentioned, this is the one whose video footage kind of got corrupted. That is on my gallery as well if you want to check that out. That is almost entirely base game. There's a handful of other items that are not at all essential to the build, so if you only have base game and not the other packs listed, that house will still work for you. This one may not. I went into it with the intention of only using base game and maybe one other pack, and then I really got carried away just because the day before I did base game only, and I was like, I can't do that again. Like, I was so frustrated at losing the footage. But here we're at the end, and you're gonna see all the nice screenshots, and that is the end of my first video. So I really hope you enjoyed watching it. Let me know what you want to see next, and I will see you soon.